You're fucking abysmal. The phone's ringing again. Oh, shit. Fuck, it's happening. It's happening again. Brett, it's happening again. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me.
Back up to the front door. I have salt down. You're good.
No, I'm not. I'm not good. I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty.
Yeah, dude.
Rick.
The salt really helped me.
Rick and Morty.
If you look to your right, you can find my dead body.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Mortis. Rick and Morty. Give me a slick villain played by an actor.
See what this baby's got inside it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Brett from Hapticast Intro here. Me and the guys are over in Oaks, Pennsylvania.
We suck you off, Bill.
Oh, Josh, I hear screaming.
Oh yeah!
Gone. The controller's gone.
Look at that. You look fucking fantastic.
Welcome to Haptic HQ.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hapticast episode number 49. My name is Josh Stahl. I'm joined by my good friend Brett Roberts and and I can't talk, and that's it.
Jesus, that was the speed run.
You like that? What's up? What's up, Christian in the chat? Egg lads, egg to you as well. That's gonna be if you remember months ago at this point. Well, first of all, we got to take a look at this. I apologize to everybody's ears, so I'm giving you full warning right now. There is some schmack on this. I hope that sounded really good in all of your ears. If you remember months ago at this point, Brett, we talked about what we should call our community.
Yeah, we never actually did decide on that, huh?
Yeah, what if we just called them
The Eggers? The Eggheads? What?
we'll revisit that conversation another day, I think.
Okay.
I was gonna say just call them the eggs, but you know, do with that what you will. Anyway, we'll do it live. Thank you everybody for joining us. Hapticast episode 49. We got a great show for you all today. Lots of topics to talk about, lots of things to talk about, lots of eggs to eat, and discussions to be had about eggs. We are now an egg-themed podcast. So
I only like them scrambled with cheese, so.
You only like your eggs scrambled with cheese.
Or an omelet.
But isn't that still technically just eggs scrambled with cheese?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I like it.
Okay. We have merch, folks.
We do. We have a lot of merch, actually, and we have a new exclusive merch item coming to our store October 1st, and it's a really cool one, and I'm really excited. I started working on it last night. It's almost done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got a little sneak preview. So.
I did. I'm excited for it. Christian said he's picking up his this Friday. By the way, shout out to Say Before Quitting, even though I know we're on our merch section. I bought a Say Before Quitting hat.
Nice.
When they did their something stream, something I was watching, and I was like, hey, I didn't buy merch yet, so I did. So shout out to them, and thank you, Christian, for buying that. And I want to shout out some other people. I don't know where you were talking, Brett. I just completely interrupted you, didn't I? I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, you said you wanted to shout more people out. Go
I
ahead.
did, but well, first of all, we have the hat. This hat. We have the shirt that you're wearing.
Yep.
Over there. That's the weave shirt. That's the normal. No problem, Christian. Don't worry about it at all. So I want to shout out Steven Hebden Street, who bought a weave shirt, the Kauai version, and he bought the cool Unclaimed Baggage hat.
Did he?
He did. He said he was a big fan of it. He bought that.
Nice.
So I want to just shout out him. Steven, obviously, our original third host. Welcome back anytime. I want to shout out Kevin Hall for purchasing the Haptic Emblem shirt, the OG shirt. I want to shout out to Vlog Daddy, who purchased one Haptic Leave Quarry shirt. I believe that's actually Tyler. And I think I got them all, but sometimes we get these notifications and we're not streaming, so I just wanted to make sure I shout out those people because we appreciate the support.
Yeah, and I wanted to give a shout out to we actually had another shirt ordered from my coworker. He goes by No Effort Art. He's an awesome artist. He does a lot of cool illustrations, and he's starting his own merch company. So go check him out. No Effort Art on Instagram. I'm going to be rocking one of his shirts soon. He's going to be rocking one of our shirts. We're doing like a little swap. So shout out to him.
Yeah, I know we partner with Streamlabs currently for it, but maybe in the future that'll change.
Yeah, who knows?
Also, I'm sorry, that was rude. I just started crunching on some ice in the mic. So, I hope you all like that. Okay. What else did I want to do? Topic rundown. What we're talking about today. So we have the Abysmal Chronicles for you, obviously, as we always do. We have some very abysmal news today in the Abysmal Chronicles. I'll just tell you that. One in particular that, bad. So we have that, and then let me continue here. We're talking about Mike Flannagan wanting to do a video game, and that he is down to do a video game. Mike Flannagan, of course, of Hill House fame and others. Talking about that. XCLOUD console integration rolled out to test users. We're going to talk about that and the implications there. We're going to be doing a little topic today, something about picking 2 games from a list of games, about games that you would want to play forever games.
That's right.
All right, more on that later. And then and then we are going to be talking about, for Indie Intel this week, something different, again, for you all. A little 2-parter, if you will, this weekend, next week. Likely some beef, but we're not getting involved in drama. We're reporting on it and supporting a creator. That's how we look at it. So
That's right. What have you been watching? What have you been playing? What's the media consumption looking like over there?
That's right. I'm going to update you on that right now. As I'm looking at yours, I realized how much I didn't include in mine.
Yeah, and I looked at yours and I was like, oh, these are things I would have forgot. So
Oh, well, there you go. Well, let me start with this. 2 things that I know you did not play or do. Kena.
Kena.
It's not Kena. It's
Kena.
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 Kena. Something like that.
Kena.
Whatever. I'm just going to say Kena because it's easier for me. I know that's not how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Platinumed it.
Nice.
Good game. It's nice. It's cute. It's fun. It's different. Not really. I enjoyed it. It feels very much like a PS2 era game. It feels a little clunky in areas. It feels dated. I don't necessarily hate that. Story's fine. A little cliche. The best part about the game is the rot. These little creature puff things that you've seen. Cute.
Yeah.
Very.
Straight out of a Miyazaki story.
Yeah, they're cute. Those are the reasons that I keep playing the game. Overall, it's good. It's like a 6 or 7 out of 10 for me. It's a nice break. I have some issues with it, but it's good. It's also not an indie game, by the way. I just want to clarify that with people. If you're saying this is an indie game, I think you need to really think about what that word actually means. And you know what we should do? 1 week, Brett, topic for Indie Intel. We should define, make the official definition of what that word means in video game space, because I think there's some confusion with people about that.
Certainly is a land of confusion, Josh.
So, okay, a land of confusion. What else? Midnight Mass.
Yeah, I've been watching that.
I'll let you talk more about that since we're in different spots with it.
Yeah.
And then Squid Game as well, which I know you're watching too. I'm not done that yet. I have 2 episodes left. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. Star Wars Visions as well. I'm just gonna let you take over the rest of this because I'm bad and I should have remembered and I didn't. And Christian said, gonna gatekeep indie games I see. Has one show about indies and knows all. Oh, heavy sarcasm. I was about to say, you trying to fight me? But no.
Listen, we do our research
Correct.
here, so
That's right. Always do your research. We gotta get merch that says that on there.
it's coming.
Do your research. Hats, shirts, pants, underwear, socks, all of it.
All right, you got it.
All right, what do you do?
So I mean, it's a lot of the stuff that you said. Some things you didn't mention. Demon Souls. We're running through it on the PlayStation 5 for the second time together. We're trying to run our friend through it, and to do that, we have to get through it again in New Game Plus, and it's just kicking our ass.
It's hard.
First time we played it, super easy. Now, fucking hard.
Difficult. What's the difficulty spike? 7%?
No.
7
I think
times harder, rather.
No,
So
no,
700%.
It's supposed it's supposed to be 7% harder, but it's actually, I think someone said 20% harder. The other Dark Souls games, it's 7%. But this one, for some reason, New Game Plus, has a difficulty spike of 20%.
Yeah,
So
it's hard, man, because I'm a spellcaster, which is easy mode. But the problem is in New Game Plus, you are literally the glassiest,
the glassiest cannon.
the glassiest cannon. You are the most delicate cannon that the world's
Yeah.
ever seen. As in, your spells do a lot of damage, especially if your intelligence is high, which mine is. It's basically the only stat I've put anything into. But the flip side of that is that I'm literally one shot by everything.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed that. Yeah, so Demon Souls. I've had like this weird like wrestling game kick where I want to play wrestling games, and there isn't really any that are good right now except old ones. So
True.
I picked up 2K19, WWE 2K19, and refunded it on Steam. I was modding it. I really want to make like an AEW game essentially because that's what I watch. I want to play a game with those characters in it because the actual AEW game is not coming for a very long time.
Right.
Long story short, I returned 2K19 because modding it is just fucking hell, and it's not easy, and it's very hard, and I'm not having a good time with it. So I refunded it, and I bought Fire Pro Wrestling World, which is a very not shitty, but it is a much less realistic wrestling game. The graphics are not realistic, but with that, the character creator is very vast, and it also supports mods on the Steam Workshop. So you can literally just add characters, add move sets, add entrances, animations. Like you can literally create animations for moves and for entrances and stuff. So I imported the whole AEW roster from Workshop, and I've been playing that a little bit on PC. Apex, having a very bad time with Apex, but played yesterday and we got some good wins. So
Yeah, we certainly did.
To you and Christian, you guys, did some work. Midnight Mass, I am on episode 4 or 5, and that show's really good so far.
I finished it.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. Mike Flannagan, really good at horror, really good at filmmaking. He knows what he's doing.
What can I just interrupt you and tell you what my favorite thing about him is? And
About Mike Flannagan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his specific brand of horror is that.
Well,
yes,
maybe you should wait.
No. It's true about Hill House though too, and would already be true of.
I know, but it's a discussion. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Never mind.
Yep.
You didn't see anything.
Squid Game is we'll talk about that later. Squid Game is very good. I'm on episode 3 so far. It is good. And I like how it's more of a drama and they show more of what happens outside of these games. I like that aspect a lot.
Yeah, it's good. I like it quite a bit. Koreans know how to make stuff.
Yeah, and it reminds me of there's an anime and a manga called Gantz that I'm really, really familiar with and I really like a lot. And in that, it's very similar to Squid Game, where basically these people have to compete in these games, and they have to do like crazy, death-defying things in these games.
Yeah.
And at the end, they just go back home, and then they have to return again.
Yeah.
And that's what Squid Game reminds me of so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like that element a lot.
Yeah, and that's good. You just gave the elevator pitch for it because Christian was curious about what it was. So there you go. There you have it. It takes a very conventional, seemingly nonsensical, almost kid-like type thing, and makes it very, very serious in the best way.
Yeah, to expand on my description, if Christian doesn't know what it is, just briefly, picture basically a bunch of people that like are in debt, like serious debt, and they're at the point where they have nothing to lose, where even risking their life to make the money they need to make their lives better, it'd be worth it. So they compete in these games in an attempt to try to win this large sum of money, basically.
Right. Christian says, I'm curious how y'all feel about the live action Cowboy Bebop when it comes out. I'll definitely be watching it. I watched the anime. I don't know if Brett has, but I just want to say for that, before we move on to the Abysmal Chronicles, or if you have anything else you want to add for your consumption, Brett.
Just like one thing.
The trailer for Cowboy Bebop, dude, they did such a good job recreating the intro. Props. Yeah. I don't even know how the show is going to be, but just based off of that alone, creating that in a live action style, dude, 10 out of 10 for me.
I think they're nailing the style of what I've seen of Cowboy Bebop so far. I think the music is nailing it. I mean, they got the original guy to come back and do music, so like that's amazing. And I know there's a couple of things that people are upset about. Like there's characters that haven't shown up in advertisements yet. The director said, just wait. There's a lot of surprises. So, you know.
I think what I'm looking forward to most about it is that the original Cowboy Bebop is not really accessible in the way that the story is presented. It's very dude, my voice just vibrated my headset. It's very film noir, but like almost to its own detriment in areas, which I like, but I think other people don't. I'm hoping that this kind of paves the way to get more people involved with the franchise, because it's very good.
Well, I've actually heard that a lot of criticism so far is that it doesn't look like a noir, which so far, anyway, what we've seen.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to check it out. I think I'm going to watch the show first, the anime first, not the show.
Yeah. It's not that long.
Yeah, just to get some, I mean, first of all, it's like on my list. I have to do it. And then just to get some context, you know?
Yeah, knock it out.
Yeah. Last on my list, speaking of anime, Star Wars Visions dropped. Josh.
Right.
It's great. I have 3 episodes left. It's phenomenal.
So my favorites thus far, which I think you've seen both of them, are The Duel, which is the first one, and The Ninth Jedi.
Yeah, that one's great too.
The Ninth Jedi might be my favorite 13 minutes or however long it is of Star Wars ever.
The twist is fucking amazing.
The twist is jaw drop. It's literally like jaw. The fact that I was that invested that quickly, it's jaw dropping, dude. And you know why I love it so much? It reminds me of certain elements in Knights of the Old Republic that I won't spoil for you, in the way that they tell their stories. Because when you have an era, when you have so many warring Jedi and Sith, and not knowing who is who until they ignite that lightsaber.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved both of those. I would say so far the weak entries for me were, I forget the name of it. The Astro Boy looking one. Yeah. Not my favorite, but it did have some really cool scenes at the end.
Agree. Yeah. There hasn't been any of them where I was like, oh, that sucked. There's been a lot where I've been like, not the best, but
even like the band one, I
liked that one a lot.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It gets a lot of criticism.
Christian's actually saying he liked it a lot too, the music, and he said it reminded him of the concert in My Hero. And yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I can't believe people don't like that one. I thought it was very charming. I was like, it felt like watching a Saturday morning cartoon, and like, I would take an entire series about those characters and that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it was really cool. I wish they had more time to explore the background of the main character a little bit, and the Jabba character, or the Hutt, if you will. But yeah, man, that was awesome. I think all of these should be turned into full-fledged series. And I think I actually saw that
The Duel is going to be a full novel based on the events that take place after the short.
Yeah, like that's awesome. And I honestly wish that it was a graphic novel or a manga instead. But
it's called The Ronin.
The Ronin, yes. I really liked, and I know you didn't like it as much because it was too much, but The Twins, what was it called? It was so fucking anime.
Well, hang on now. It's not that I didn't like it. I loved it. It was just, I think part of it was that I didn't expect it to be so ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
I know the studio, but like I was like, I'm watching Star Wars. This is not gonna be crazy, and it just kept going and going and going. And I think it was almost more so the fact that I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening right now.
Yeah. You have to like suspend disbelief, and even for a Star Wars property, like you had to suspend it even more.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I am the opposite. I mean, you are a huge fan of Trigger, and so am I.
Yeah.
But I knew that it was going to be some like kill fucking craziness. So when it started popping off, I was like, just smile to my ears, like, yeah, this is happening,
dude. It was like freaking what's it called? The anime that Brandon didn't finish.
Gurren
Lagann, dude. When I saw like the 2 starter stories attached to it, I was like, oh, we're freaking Gurren Lagann right now. Okay.
Yeah,
where it's just like fucking ships within ships within ships.
It was so anime. I loved it and I respect it for that. But I do see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Star Wars Visions, if you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus and SelectTube. Go check it out.
Yeah. All right,
All
let's do the Abysmal Chronicles, Brett. We should have like a little piece of music for the Abysmal Chronicles. I feel like a little tag.
We should. I'm working on a soundboard, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make music for this.
Okay.
All right, so Josh, let's jump into the Abysmal Chronicles. If you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, the Abysmal Chronicles is basically the stories that were too abysmal to make it on the main show, but we thought they should deserve some time anyway. So first off, we're going to talk about some upcoming game releases, Josh. Hot Wheels Unleashed releases on September 30th. That's 2 days from now, the day we're recording this.
Expect a full live stream series from us on that one.
Josh, the game got a 9 out of 10 from IGN.
What?
The game got a 9 out of 10 from IGN. It's apparently very good. So that's that. Alan Wake Remastered is out October 5th. I have it pre-ordered. You should have it pre-ordered too.
I do.
Highly recommended by Josh. I haven't played it yet, so it's going to be my first experience.
Excited.
Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania comes out October 5th. If you're a fan of Super Monkey Ball, particularly the old Super Monkey Ball games, this is going to be for you. Far Cry 6 with Giancarlo Esposito launches on October 7th. That is next week. So make sure you guys get your pre-orders in and pick it up. Or don't pre-order it. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, unfortunately, has been delayed, but thankfully only by 3 days. So you'll be able to get that game October 8th. A lot of people think that they delayed it because Smash is doing their final character reveal on the 5th, and they don't want to compete.
Right, the sequel to last week's Nintendo Direct.
That is correct. The beta for Battlefield 2042 will be launching on October 8th. So if you're interested, do whatever you got to do to make sure you
got to pre-order it.
Do you really have to pre-order it?
You do have to pre-order it.
Not a fan.
Even though they call it an open beta, it says pre-order to gain early access. I don't know if that means actually to the beta or if it means whatever. The game comes out in November.
Yeah. PS Plus rumor for October of 2021. So this comes from Bill Kuhn from Deal Labs. He successfully leaked last month's games, so he's probably going to get this right as well. The first one is Hell Let Loose for PlayStation 5. I'm going to talk about that one a little bit more in a minute. Mortal Kombat X and PGA Tour 2K21 for PS4. So Hell Let Loose is a World War II FPS with 100-player online battles.
So it's a battle royale.
Nah, it's like a TDM, if I'm understanding correctly.
So it's like Battlefield.
And like strategy. Yeah. Infantry units, tanks, artillery, a dynamically evolving front line, and a unique metagame inspired by real-time strategy games. So.
Tell you right now, Brett, don't care about any of those games.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat X at this point is already old. I mean, Mortal Kombat 11 is out. PGA Tour 2K21 is kind of newer, but I don't play golf, so I'm not interested in that. You know, PlayStation usually gave like horror games in October.
Well, PGA Tour is the horror game.
You're absolutely correct. All right, let's move on then. Danganronpa Decadence features microtransactions and gacha options. This comes from Destructoid. So the super compilation of Danganronpa games contains not only the recent anniversary editions of the 3 mainline titles, but also a brand new tabletop style spin-off in the form of the cheerful looking Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. Danganronpa S will feature a structure built around obtaining and then leveling up a huge roster of characters pulled from the entire Danganronpa franchise. All of the characters and their respective accessories can be obtained via in-game grinding, but the option will be provided for players to spend real-world currency on mono coins and mononama coins, which can then be used to pull characters, items, and upgrade cards in order to build and expand the player's roster.
I have one piece of input for you.
Yes.
Danganronpa shitkadence.
So here's the thing. The fact that the microtransactions are optional and you can actually get everything by like just playing the game is
Yeah, but
It's
how long
fine.
do you have to grind, brother?
You're right. You're right. But this is a free game that comes with the collection as well. So
I guess you're right. That is the main appeal, is that you have the 3 other games now on portable console.
yep. And this doesn't affect the other games. So
True. It just seems to be a trend with these Japanese single-player type of experiences.
Yep.
Of note, Tales of Arise just did this with their in-game currency, where you could buy it to upgrade items and stuff too. I don't like it, and it's bad.
I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. These gacha style games are fun, collecting all these characters. Like, there's a Dragon Ball game on my phone that I play that's like a gacha game where you collect Dragon Ball characters. Have I spent real money to like get crystals to buy them? Like maybe like 3 times I've done it. Yeah. It's addicting because you want to get those characters. And the thing about Danganronpa is each game has a class of characters
Right.
that you fall in love with, and then they
Well,
die.
Therein lies the problem, my friend.
Yes. Moving on, Chris Pratt is Mario. And that's it. Amazon's game New World has released. Now, Josh, I got some stats here before we started. I thought that it would be interesting to kind of go through this. Very important to note, the game is being made by Amazon, as we just said. And Amazon has a deal with who? Twitch. So the game...
Well, Amazon owns Twitch.
Yeah. So Amazon is basically pumping the fucking game like no other right now on Twitch.
Right.
There's currently 800,000 people watching New World.
My God.
There's 13,000 people streaming the game.
13,000 people who are getting paid to probably stream the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 645,828 players as of the time I pulled the stats. And at the peak, today's the day the game came out. So at its peak, 707,230 players were online.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to support this game. I don't want to talk about it. It's astonishing. Amazon even got to a point where they are finally releasing a game. I can't believe they threw enough money at a problem that, it solved itself eventually. But I have nothing to say except that they're a bad studio. The working conditions that went into making this a reality. The amount of money they dumped into it. The amount of turnover they had for it. And I'm not going to support games like that. So that's it.
Yeah. If you like it, cool. Otherwise, you're probably fine not playing it. YouTube is working on its own version of Twitch Prime and gifted subs.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot to this one, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, during a stream, Valkyrie, is that how you say her name? Valkyrie?
Yeah, whatever.
Valkyrie revealed that YouTube is working on its own version of Twitch Prime and gifted subs. So
Yeah.
she was basically just being ditzy, and someone asked about it, and she just said, like, yeah, they're working on it. So,
Yeah. I mean, not a surprise. They need something to compete with it. There's no real streaming ecosystem. I just said that like a British person. No
ecosystem.
Ecosystem. They need something for it because there's low engagement and it's not really a streaming platform. And this has been something that, Tim the Tatman and Doc have criticized the platform for, so they need something like that. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. The next couple ones are also about streaming and about Twitch, so I'm just going to run through them real quick. So this one is interesting. Twitch partners with Warner Music Group, and this story comes from PR Newswire. It's a long one, so stay with me. This innovative deal marks Twitch's first partnership with a major record company, which, of course, it's their first because it doesn't quite make a lot of sense why they're doing this. But Twitch's first partnership brings users new ways to interact with music-related content on the service and grants artists a more direct connection with fans. What does that even mean?
I think Twitch is trying to do their own music. They're trying to stream artists and do content that way with music, similar to how they're doing video games. I don't really care about any of that. Sure, whatever. Also, Warner, bad. We know that they're a bad company. Bad. Yeah. My larger issue with it is this. Here's what I foresee. There's issues with Twitch and DMCA. We know this, right?
Yep.
You could get to a point where you have creators making deals, right, with this Warner Music Group or whatever. So anything that's licensed under Warner doesn't get DMCA striked on the platform, right? But you have all of these other things, which is still an issue that we know, and some streaming events have been better with it. PlayStation, Nintendo, all of this stuff, like they've made deals so that all of that content is not leading to copyright strikes, which we've seen on our no channel since we've come back, right? Like no copyright strikes from that stuff. This could set a dangerous precedent with that, though, and I could foresee them making exclusive deals with Warner and then burying other companies. So
I agree. I just want to shout out to Christian real quick. He said Valkyrie is actually pretty decent when it comes to content, in my opinion. Her and Courage, JD, being 100 Thieves part owners, have been working with YouTube for this. That's awesome. I don't really know a lot about her. All I know is in the clip that I watched, she was really ditzy and just was like, and like just talking. So that's great. If she's been the one that's like pushing for this YouTube, revival of streaming, then sick. That's good to know. And then back to our Warner Music Group Twitch partnership, Josh. I have a quote here from a woman, I believe a woman, a person with a very long title. So I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm going to say Juana Roxandra, which get a new name.
Oh my God.
Who is the Chief Digital Officer and EVP and Business Development at Warner Music Group, said, "It's clear that Twitch is an indispensable space for all types of creators to connect with their fan communities. Our partnership creates an on-ramp for artists to come into the service with strong support from Twitch, opening up an entirely new source of incremental revenue." For who, though? That's what I want to know. For who? Between the artist-specific channels and the premium shows we're planning to launch, music lovers will get a refreshing new view into the world of music and the lives of their favorite artists. This is going to be MTV on Twitch.
God, you just said that really loud. This is going to be MTV on Twitch.
It is.
Okay. Yes.
All right, moving on. Twitch buckles down on hate raids, Josh. According to streaming reporter Zach Buzzy, as spotted by Kotaku, the platform is apparently planning to add features that will more easily allow streamers to restrict who can or cannot comment in their chats. This will be done through mobile and email.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Is that his name?
Yes, his name is Zach Buzzy. What do you mean?
Wait, no way. Let me look at our notes.
It's either Bussy or Bussy. Bus it open.
Zach Bussin.
Bussin makes him feel good, dude.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go with Buzzy.
What were we talking about?
Basically, people aren't gonna be able to get bullied on Twitch.
Oh, the hate race thing. Yeah, no, this is good because this is something that's been an issue for a long time. That was what prompted that day off of Twitch thing and all that. So, yeah, hopefully, I know they're gonna add like phone verification, like number verification, stuff like that that creators can add to be able to allow people to chat. So
yes. Well, Josh, that's all I have for you in the Abysmal Chronicles. Thank you, Zach Buzzy, for your commitment to reporting on the news here of streaming. I think there's nothing else to do here except, Josh, roll the intro.
all right, Brett. Our first main topic of the day comes to us via Mr. Mike Flannagan, who we were talking about at the outset of the show.
Who is Mike Flannagan, if you don't know?
Mike Flannagan is the acclaimed writer and director of Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor, Dr. Sleep, and most recently Midnight Mass. He took to Twitter recently stating that he would love to direct a horror video game. Twitter user Little Record Girl stated, "Imagine if at Flannagan Film directed a horror video game, just putting that out there into the universe," end quote. So, Brett, Mike Flannagan, yes. Very popular, very in the news right now with Midnight Mass getting acclaim for that pretty much universally. What do you think about this? What do you think about him saying that he'd love to direct a horror video game?
Well, I would love if he did that as well. First of all, I think he's an extremely talented writer and director. I think that he makes some genuinely spooky shit. And I'm not saying jump scare spooky. I'm saying just like he sets the scene with a spook, right? Mm-hmm. And not only that, but while you're watching, you'll look in the background and another spook will be just ready to jump out at you, mm-hmm. you know?
Yeah, he does well what so many others fail at, right? In my opinion, the horror of his stories are not in your face, right? It is, the horror is in the unspoken, in the unseen, in the unnoticed, in the background, and even more importantly, it's the horror of the relationships and the situations that the characters find themselves in, right?
Absolutely.
That's one of the things that I love about Haunting of Hill House so much, right? Is that the horror is in the family drama, right? That's scarier than the actual entity, the ghosts, the typical horror elements within it, right?
Yep.
He finds, first of all, incredible actors that really drive home the horror of his characters and the situations.
And he sticks with them too for a couple projects too.
And they work with him for a while. But he just does such a good job of writing dialogue and situations and relationships that are in and of themselves terrifying, but not for the typical reasons. Which is why, right, I think he could do so well in the video game space. And it's not unprecedented either. There's a lot of Hollywood directors that make the transition to, or I should say live action directors that make the transition to games. I mean, of most recent note, I think for us, I think about that game Ghosts being made by Jed Shepard, who's the writer of Host and Dashcam and all these other things. So
yep.
I think this would be really cool. I think he could do really well in the game space, especially with something that's narrative driven.
Yep.
And yeah, you have anything else to add? I do have one other thing I want to chat about with this, but go ahead.
Yeah, a couple things. So number one, I mean, this might be your one thing you want to talk about, but he's a master. Mike Flannagan is a master of these long takes, right?
Yes.
Haunting of Hill House has one that it's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah,
right?
It's almost
Single
that
take.
Entire episode.
Yeah,
like there's like 4 cuts in the whole episode.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's something that we were starting to see in video games already with God of War 2018. Mm-hmm. So maybe, he could bring that into another game. That would be really cool to see. And then also, I want to just mention that we're not giving enough credit to Dr. Sleep here. Okay.
Oh, one of the best sequels of all time.
He took a franchise that has existed for how many years at this point?
A very long time.
Very long time. And he was able to successfully craft a, proper sequel to a classic. And he did so with utmost respect, even down to the marketing and like poster of the film. It pays homage,
however you want to say it, dude,
to the original poster with that yellow, right?
Yeah.
So I think that you could even plop him on a franchise that is in need of a sequel, or plop him in a franchise that's dead, like Silent Hill, and let him run.
Come on now.
See what he can do.
Come on now. Yeah, I just he does better too with long form, right? His characters have room to breathe, his stories have room to breathe. Nothing's longer form than a video game,
That's a good point. I mean, if you look at it, most of his projects are limited series, multiple hour-long episodes, like 9 hours of content. Mm-hmm. And even Dr. Sleep, there's like a director's cut that's like, 3 hours plus?
Yeah, it's almost 4.
So you're absolutely right. He's better with these long-form mediums anyway.
Right. So I would love to see it. And the last thing I want to add to this, and I couldn't find the tweets or where I saw them originally, but first of all, Hideo Kojima is sucking off Midnight Mass, and specifically some actors in it. Raul Cooley, who plays the sheriff,
It's fantastic,
and all that from But also Troy Baker, I think, quote tweeted this tweet that's behind us where he said would love to, with just like eyes looking at it. And there's been instances the last few months where you see him liking Mike Flannagan stuff, them engaging on Twitter and things like that. So not necessarily two worlds that would typically collide have been.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything there. I just, noting it when I'm correct and they make a game and Troy Baker's starring in it. So.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. And also, I know we talked about the writing and the characters, but I think that also, like, just the writing and the themes in general of his projects are phenomenal. The undertones in Midnight Mass, I'm on episode 5, and you already know what he's getting at here, and what he's trying to say. It doesn't exist for no reason. There's a meaning for him telling this story, right?
Always, which is probably, definitely true to him as a creator, but also more importantly, true to the characters within the stories, right?
Yep.
And I think very rarely do you have a creator who is so clear with his message that toes that line between being too self-aggrandizing while also not being that at all, because it actually makes sense in the context of not only the world, but the characters living through the situations themselves. And there's a real, this is going to sound so pretentious, but there's a real purity with the way that he tells stories, and like a truth to them that I think we rarely see. So I think in the video game space, it would be very refreshing.
Can't put it any better than that. Let's move on. Josh, I think I'm taking this one.
Yep.
XCloud console integration is rolling out to test users on the Xbox console right now. This one comes from The Verge. Microsoft is starting to test its Xbox Cloud Gaming, or XCloud, integration with Xbox consoles today. Some Xbox insiders in the Alpha Skip Ahead and Alpha Rings, which is an awful name, by the way, change it, will be able to access the xCloud integration today, as I just said, a feature that lets you play on an Xbox with Xbox Game Pass games, streaming it immediately.
That's correct.
So this is a feature that we've had on our phones for quite a while, being able to stream your Game Pass games, which Game Pass, the best deal in gaming. You don't get better than that. But now you're going to be able to stream the games on your console. Now, Josh, you might be thinking, what is the value there? I can just download the game. Why would I want to stream it? Well, number one, games are large nowadays, Josh. They're very, very big. Downloading them takes quite a long time. So if you want to just try out a game, see if you like it, this is a perfect option. Then you can download it later.
Right. I think that is, like, for me, where the most interesting or maybe useful aspect of this comes for on consoles, because, I mean, if we're being honest, I don't think I would play, I wouldn't stream an entire game from start to finish on my console, right? Especially my Series X. It's a powerful console. But what I would do is try it out and use it almost as like a demo version of the game first to see if I like it, right? Because I think, and I know you didn't get to it yet, but you can only do it. It only supports 1080, 60 FPS right now, right? Cloud.
Which isn't actually bad.
No, not at all. And for most games, it wouldn't even really matter. Yeah. But to be able to try it out and be like, oh, wow, okay, I actually really like this game. Let me stop playing it on the cloud, download it, and continue.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we talk about this all the time. Game streaming just isn't there yet. The technology isn't there. We're getting closer, but it's just the input lag is still there, and it's seemingly not going away anytime soon. However, I did, as you were talking, I kind of thought of another use case for this, Josh.
Yeah.
This potentially eliminates the storage problem on your console.
You're right.
So if there's a game that doesn't require, you're not playing an FPS, maybe it's an indie game, it doesn't require precise inputs, maybe streaming it is a great option so you don't have to waste space on your console,
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I mean, I think this can only be good things that come from this. So
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing if there's anything else we could talk about here. You mentioned already 1080p, 60 FPS.
right.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much it. Like it says here, this feature isn't being positioned as a streaming device for 4K TVs. More of a try before you download bonus. So
Right, which I think is great. I think really, especially now, given file sizes and all that stuff, I think having demos for games or the ability to try them before you buy them or download them, I think is necessary. Honestly, at this point, within reason. I mean, look at the Steam refund policy that we already talked about before. I think things like that are reasons why games need demos, and having them innately built into your platform saves the developers time in creating some sort of vertical slice for the game, right? Just here, download it and try it out before you buy or whatever. Which saves the developers time, and I think is better for them. And then they find a better audience, a more targeted audience. More people will play the game. X, Y, and Z. I think the dominoes continue to fall after that. So
yeah, I thought of one more use case before we end it.
yeah. Please.
So let's say you're playing a game like Cyberpunk 2077, right?
I wouldn't be playing that game.
Well, let's say you are, and you're running on an original Xbox One, right?
Oh,
That thing's going to not run very well at all. You're going to have issues. However, streaming it via potentially XCloud on Game Pass, you'd be streaming it on a console that's playing it at the best it possibly can. You know that it's going to be the best version of the game possible, right? And you're just streaming it. So there's no hardware requirements on your end. It's just your internet, really.
Right.
So I can see that being another. It's not really that big of a problem with consoles. We're seeing it more recently with the next gen version of consoles coming out, and the old gen version is not running very well. It's more of a PC thing. However, as we move on, this might become a thing that could be beneficial.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, my friend.
Yeah. All right. Well, not much more to say on that. So let us move on to our final main topic of the day, Josh. This one is going to be called Pick 2. It's a little game we're going to be playing.
Oh, we're playing a
game.
game.
So you're pulling up a graphic here. It might already be up.
It's behind you.
There we go. So this comes from the Problematic Posse, which I believe is a podcast of a couple of really cool guys. I'm on their Twitter. They look like they are really cool and look like they have a lot of fun on their channel. So go check them out. Shout them out. Say what's up. And basically what they did was they tweeted, pick 2 of these 2s to play for the rest of your life. And it is a collage of sequels, Josh.
It is.
Very good sequels.
You want me to run down some of these real quick?
Yeah, run through them so people know what we're looking at here.
Metroid Prime 2, God of War 2, Portal 2, Batman Arkham City, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Kingdom Hearts 2, Sly Cooper 2, Halo 2, Last of Us 2, Spyro 2, Crash 2, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, Red Dead Redemption 2, Gears of War 2, Little Big Planet 2, Ratchet & Clank 2, Resident Evil 2, Jack 2.
Yes, and the whole point is pick 2 of these 2s, and they're the only games you can play for the rest of your life. What 2?
First of all, anybody that's watching, either live or on replay, let us know in the comments, obviously.
Yeah.
This is hard.
It's a tough one.
This is tough. There's one that's not tough for me, though, and I could say it right off the bat. It's one of the 2 for me.
Okay.
Do you want me to say it?
It's The Last of Us Part 2.
No, wrong.
Whoa. Dark Souls 2.
Wrong.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, tell me.
Halo 2.
Okay. And is that because it's one of the only games that has multiplayer?
That's part of my reasoning.
Okay.
I love it, but that's a game where you could just play it forever, right? Because there's a multiplayer component to it, obviously, which a lot of these other games don't have. Some do. Some maybe in the future might. Probably not, because Naughty Dog is probably just making a whole separate game at this point. But anyway, Halo 2 has a multiplayer component, one of the best single-player campaigns of all time, one of the best FPSs of all time. The list goes on, and the multiplayer for Halo 2 is probably among the best of the franchise. So, yeah, that's number 1 for me.
Okay, so I just want to point out a couple of things before I name my numbers.
Yep.
A couple games on here I've never played. I'm
Same.
gonna make that very clear. So Metroid Prime 2 never played, God of War 2 never played, Batman Arkham City never played, Galaxy 2 never played, Bayonetta 2 never played. So basically the whole list I've never played. Dark Souls 2 I have played, Kingdom Hearts 2 I've played, Sly 2 I haven't played to completion. I played it when I was a kid. Halo 2 I've played, Red Dead 2 I've played, Uncharted 2 I've played, not beaten. Crash 2 I've played and love. Spyro 2 I've played, Last of Us Part 2 played, Gears 2 played, Little Big Planet 2 I played it, Ratchet and Clank 2 no, Resident Evil 2 yes, and Jack 2 yes. So quite a few games on this list I haven't played, so I might be doing a disservice here with my choices. So I'm leaning towards, Josh, the fact that I, as a person, don't like playing or watching the same thing over and over again. I get bored very, very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I need a multiplayer game where different results can happen every time, right? And for me, I'm looking at this list and I see Halo 2 as an option for multiplayer. And I see Portal 2 as an option for multiplayer. And I think I'm going to go with Portal 2 as my first choice because it is one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm. And
it has single player and multiplayer.
You're correct. My head's there with you. I understand.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
But I have a lot of other options. First of all, shout out to our series on ranking best games of all time. Some of these games made that list. Check it out if you haven't.
Quite a few.
Yeah. Here's where I'm at. Here's like the games I would be considering. Portal 2 for the reasons that you just said.
Yep.
Also contrasts very heavily with what Halo 2 is.
Yes.
Dark Souls 2 because I love Dark Souls 2. Also multiplayer component to it. My favorite Dark Souls game, which I know is an unpopular opinion. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not it for me. Even though there is a multiplayer component, that's just not it for me. Last of Us 2, not going to cut it. Single player game. I've played it twice already. I wouldn't want to play it forever. Resident Evil 2, not it. Same thing. Played it 3 times actually already. No multiplayer component. Well, there's not. I don't want to play that for the rest of my life. So I think Uncharted 2, same thing. No. So I think for me, it's Dark Souls 2 or Portal 2. And I think out of those two, I think I'm going to have to go with Dark Souls 2.
So Dark Souls 2 and Halo 2?
Dark Souls 2, Halo 2. Dark Souls 2 has the multiplayer component, but there's also the New Game Plus component where you can just keep going forever. Portal 2 is a close third to that second, though, for me.
Okay. I'm looking at this list, and I think I go Portal 2 for the multiplayer and the single-player experience, and I go Last of Us Part 2 for the single-player
Whoa!
Experience. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it's long, so it'll take me a while to get through it.
Forever, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great story. I think I could play it.
Oh, it is, but I don't know. I think I'd have some serious mental problems if I played that game forever.
Well, I'm not considering the ramifications of playing these games over and over again, but I do see that being an issue, yes.
Yeah. Christian, this is not for a specific console. It's just in general. What 2s would you play for the rest of your life out of these 2s?
He said, I walked away for a second. Is this on a specific console? If not, Portal 2, hands down for modded maps. I've never played Portal 2 modded maps, but...
Good point.
Portal 2 is my choice without modded maps, so...
All right, so yours are Portal 2 and Last of Us Part 2. Mine's Halo 2 and Dark Souls 2, with Portal 2 being a close third.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would say Dark Souls 2 because I love those games, but I just don't like Dark Souls 2 at all, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just really don't like it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be, like, I would be mad. Because you got to think about it. Like you said, you're playing this forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just be perpetually mad.
I can't be mad at that game.
And also the multiplayer, you said it has a multiplayer. It does, but it's so fucking shitty.
Yeah, soul memory.
Yeah, it's so shitty.
It is. It's part of the appeal, though.
Yeah, shout outs, though, I want to give to, I couldn't do it. Kingdom Hearts 2 is great. I couldn't do that, though. It would drive me nuts with, you know, the key is inside of you the whole time. We're hearts in darkness. I can't do that. Crash 2, that's, if it was the remastered Crash 2, maybe, but because the original is infuriating. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is also close for me.
You know what I
Really
didn't think of was the Horde mode in Gears 2.
And it has multiplayer, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Gears. I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan of Gears multiplayer. So
yeah, I'm just not a fan of Gears.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lock in those choices.
Yeah, I'm gonna Donald. Yeah, I'm gonna lock in my choices too. So that's it. Problematic Posse. Shout out to them for putting this little graphic together. Go check them out. Go check it out on Twitter. Leave your responses in the comments and all that good stuff.
Yes. All right, Brett. Let's move on to our final topic today.
This is a spicy one. I'm ready for this one.
As we do every week, and that is indie intel.
Yes.
This week we have something different for everybody. Normally when we do indie intel, we talk about games that are on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, whatever, that need some attention, things that we look slick. We direct you guys to them, you support them, or you don't, and we move on. Though we have a different topic for you all. And we're going to be talking about Victor Burgos, who is the founder of Burgos Games and currently developing a game called Neko Ghost Jump. He's an indie dev, indie founder of this Burgos Games, indie whatever. Indie. Today he took to Twitter. I hope his pronouns are he, him. Let me actually look at that before I continue. It doesn't say. Victor took to Twitter today.
You're assuming.
I'm assuming. I know. I just don't want to get shit on. Took to Twitter today to shed some light on being harassed by indie game publishing company Angel Star Studios. So the tweet's up behind me. Victor says, "Since last week, I've been harassed by an indie dev publishing studio," and he added Angel Star Studio. We're going to go into the full document that Victor created in a second. But Victor says that please help protect developers by spreading this as far and wide as possible. Stuff like this should never happen. And stuff like this should never happen, but never in #GameDevs. Victor continued by saying, "It's pretty incredible if you think about it. There's a lot of time being devoted to doing all these wrong things, which we'll go over in a second. Imagine you've had all this free time. I know I'd pour it into my current project." Anyway, little context. Angel Star Studio, they are indeed an indie publishing house. They have published such games as Dracula, a Gothic RPG, First Adventure, Wacky Cartoon Racers, and others. Okay, you can check out their Steam page if you want to, but that's not really the goal of today's video section on this. Okay. You have questions thus far, Brett? Because we're going to get into some abysmal stuff.
I'm ready. I'm ready for you to dig in. I want to know what's going on here.
All right. So here is Angel Star Studios Twitter. Okay. To pay attention to that tag here. Here's their Steam page. Here's their Discord. Okay, they exist. I've done my research on this. I've went to their website. I've confirmed. Okay, they exist. Let's hop into the document.
Oh, Google Docs.
Let's hop into the document that Victor has put together for us here. Okay.
I'm ready. Yep.
First of all, great title. Angel Star Studios. This little angel is not so innocent. Okay.
Nice.
Now, first of all, I recommend that you all go read this yourself, because really what I want to get to is the bottom of this article or this document. Okay. But some context to provide for you all. Victor says, to preface, that he was 100% behind this person. I'm assuming it's one person at this Angel Star Studios, whoever their founder is or owner, whatever, until this person started trolling. Victor says that he always gives people the benefit of the doubt and second chances, but sometimes you just can't help people that do not want to be helped. Okay. Victor says this started for him when he was private message on Discord. Okay. Mind you, strike number one. First of all, let me zoom in here so you guys can actually see this, because I realize now that you cannot see
Zoom.
it. Behind me. Angel Star Studios deleted all of the private messages after being banned from certain servers. Okay. This all took place, it started in this server called Indie Legion on Discord, okay, in regards to somebody stealing spreadsheet information from a game dev marketing Discord server. Okay. That's really doesn't matter. So anyway, Victor... well, it does matter. It's what started this. Victor quotes all of this stuff. Basically, this guy from Angel Star Studios is going in and making claims about Victor, being abysmal in general, like harassing people, bullying people, basically spreading nonsense, okay?
Not good.
Okay. And then Victor said that he was giving this person the benefit of the doubt from Angel Star Studios for a while. Okay. Until there was other users that chimed in and posted some links, right? about beware of Angel Star Studios and all this stuff. Like, be careful of them. Like, they've been nefarious. They haven't been great. And I think it had to do with publishing deals and other stuff in the past. Again, this is not the most interesting part. I'm just trying to give you guys a general summary. Again, please go read it yourself. Okay. So continuing. Okay. Victor quotes and shows that he was trying to give benefit of the doubt, right? Asking for proof, making sure that people were not just shitting on this company for no reason, okay? Continued, he provided receipts, okay? A few days later, which again, he posted screenshots, this Angel Star Studio started crap for no reason, taking whatever Victor was saying out of context and pinning him as the bad guy. We continue. Well, first of all, Angel Star Studios is banned from all of these servers, right? For starting crap, like just banned by mods.
Yeah.
And then he keeps deleting all of these private messages and all these messages after he's being banned, right? Anyway, continuing.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Continuing, Nico notes that there was alt accounts making similar claims and harassing him for similar things and all these things. So obviously, this person from Angel Star Studios probably had alternate accounts in these servers. Okay.
Yep.
Then this is where it starts to get really interesting. Victor says that he started getting strange comments on Reddit immediately after. Okay. Now, you would think, Brett, if you're getting banned from Discord servers for harassing somebody, right, for starting crap, and then, okay, you're like, okay, forget Discord. I'm going to go to this person's Reddit now, this game creator's Reddit. Okay. I'm going to create an alt account so that you don't know that it's me from Angel Star Studios harassing you. Well, you would think that, but you'd be wrong. The first reply after he was banned from all these Discord servers come from who but user Angel Star Studios. Harassing him, telling him about living up north, and guessing that he lied to him in person, right? So continuing conversations that started on Discord, from how I understand, and bringing that beef to Reddit. But unfortunately, he left his name as Angel Star Studios. So Victor was like, what the hell? Following that, and forgetting to create an alt account, Victor says 20 minutes later, he got a message from Angel Star Studios via email, which you can see it here. Asking to meet up. It's hard to see. I can't really make it much bigger, but basically Angel Star Studios is asking Victor to meet up to talk about game development. This is 20 minutes after making that post on Reddit, commenting on Reddit, seemingly trying to cover up their tracks. Okay.
Like, kind of like a, hey man, why don't we hang out and talk? And you're like, dude, I know you're the one talking shit.
Exactly. Correct. Okay. And since then, Victor posts this huge screenshot of all of these alt accounts, right? Claiming that games have viruses and bugs and they're blah, 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 like a whole bunch of stuff. And then some really not nice things, okay? Making gay jokes, making accounts with Victor's name in them, and then posting as him, impersonating him with like banners like rape me in the sections of their Reddit profiles, claiming to be gay, subscribing to gay subreddits, some other words here that I will not read. So like, just like cancerous stuff. Like cancerous stuff, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's claiming to be Victor, and then going to continue. Then he starts getting emails from these alt accounts in his inbox every day, just with very not nice stuff. Again, I'm not going to read. Okay. I want to continue here and find where I want to get from. So Victor says that these alt accounts seem to be getting banned, but that they're still targeting these indie dev communities and Victor himself, obviously. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, so he claims to, he doesn't want people to do business with Angel, whatever, what's the name of the company? I forget already.
Angel Star
Studios. And that basically this could cause irreversible harm to other people. Whereas like Victor seems to obviously have his head on his shoulders and like can identify this, even though he shouldn't have to deal with it. But then, dude, after this, so this is a development. After this went public, this post that we're talking about, dude, more attacks since it went public.
I'm seeing that. He signed him up for Gay for Good.
Yeah, so like just these like cancerous, stupid things. First of all, as if subscribing to stuff like this, which I don't know the context of those communities themselves, but subscribing to stuff like this is like bad.
He's
like,
implying
you're implying like you're really like that homophobic and disgusting. That
joining a community of gay people is
right.
the biggest insult he can think of.
Which again, I don't know the context of these communities, but that's what it seems like. He's like, what gay stuff can I sign this guy up for? Blah blah blah, and all this, and then that's what he's doing. It's really really cancerous. And then I don't even actually want to show that last part on screen because it talks about suicide and other things that are super triggering and just disgusting. The point I want to make here is that Angel Star Studios, you have the haptic intel seal of go fuck yourself. You have the haptic intel seal of we will never support you.
Are they an actual publisher? Like
they are, yeah.
They have a track record of making games?
Yeah, you can go to their Steam page and look at all the games that they published. Which, look at in your own time. We're not going to link or give any more light to that specifically, but they are a confirmed publisher of indie games.
Well, their website is very shit.
It is. I would say their Steam page is probably the best thing to look at to see what they've published. But the main reason I want to talk about this, Brett, is don't do that. Like, it's clearly like defensive, like petty crap for getting called out on being an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Second of all,
he's like doubling down.
Yeah, like if you're gonna treat like creators in the indie space this way, then don't be part of the indie game and indie dev community. Like, go away. And second of all, or last, I guess, is that a little bit of a PSA. Like, don't support this studio, which is a shame for the devs that they might be publishing for, and I'm sure you can go support those games separately, but I think the devs that have published stuff under Angel Star Studio should get out if they can, should go elsewhere. I think they should figure out different platforms. I don't think people in the indie community, including ours, I mean, we do a whole segment on it, right? That's why we do this segment, is to support indie devs, is like, don't treat people in any community, but this community specifically, that way. And you're getting called out. This video is gonna go live, and it's gonna go out to our, even though it might be small network. Like, don't do that to people. Yeah. And then next week, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover Victor's game, and we will talk about it more positively. But I think we kind of wanted to separate this and that conversation so that we can give Victor's game its own segment and time, which we will talk about. But
yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking through the doc again. Like, it all, to me, it just seems like high school drama. Like, this guy is like, but I don't even want to call it that, because then I'm giving him like the benefit of the doubt that like he's just stupid and young, and I don't think that's the case. This person is, they have something wrong with them, and they should get some help immediately. I just don't think what they're doing isn't right, and the things they're saying, like I read the final thing that you said, not that you weren't going to pull up on stream. Mm-hmm. He's essentially, like you said, telling people to go finish themselves off. They're worthless. Make the world a better place. And that kind of language just isn't acceptable. If you're an adult and you're, real, and you would know that the internet it's real. We've talked about this before, Josh. I feel like there's people that don't realize that the internet is real, right? There's someone on the other end of this screen, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what we're exhibiting here, is a deranged individual that doesn't understand what's fiction, what's real, and that he's actually hurting people and talking to people. I love to see, as we have this document open, we're seeing names pop up, anonymous readers of the document, because it just means more people are going to know how much of a piece of shit you are. Mm-hmm. Angel Star Studios. So, I wish you nothing but the worst. And Josh, thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Yeah, and I do want to be clear, because we're not into gossip, and that's not what we're trying to do. It's more so bringing light to the fact that it's not acceptable in any community in general. Like you said, there's people on the other end of it. Luckily, Victor seems to be using it as a positive, which is great. And can detach, from the situation, kind of look from the outside in and present it to people and be like, hey, we've got to do something about this. And B, I think, again, we just want to spin it positively, and you support Victor's game and their studio, Victor Burgos Games. We'll cover them again next week and talk a little bit more about their game and show it specifically, but it's unacceptable. Fellow indie creator in the community asked for help spreading it, so we are.
That's right. So look forward to next week where we can be a little more positive about this and talk about Victor's game and give it the light it deserves. So
yeah, and as Christian says in the chat, hashtag victory for Victor.
I love it. That's what we're going to call the video.
All right.
All right, let's move on. Let's end this show, Josh. I have breaking news.
Oh my
Good
God.
news.
Breaking good news. Okay.
Josh, Randy Pitchford is dead. Just kidding. That's not true. That's not true.
What?
It's not true. It's not true. Venom 2, Eminem as a song.
Hang on a second. Wait a minute now. Hang on.
I kind of wish I had the soundboard so I could hit you with that.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Ready?
We'll just wait. Wait, can you time it so that it hits right when I say it again? I'm going to repeat it.
Yeah.
This is going to be for TikTok. All right, ready?
Okay.
Josh, breaking news. Venom 2.
Wait, start it again.
What'd you do?
I fucked it up. Start it again. Start it again.
Okay, one more time. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Josh, breaking news. Venom 2 is going to feature a new song from Eminem. That's right. That's right. So I just thought that'd be good for you. That's not the sound effect I thought you were going to play. But
You want to do a different one? We still have time.
yeah, I do. I
see.
want you to do the Venom drop.
Of the song?
Oh, I guess we can't do that.
I could do it for 10 seconds and not get.
I just want
copyrighted.
the Venom. I just want that. You might have to type in like Venom song, Venom chorus for 10 hours or something. Christian said, "Do it in post." No, we do it live. You know how this works. We do it live.
I got it. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Let's do it. Okay.
Josh, I got some breaking news for you. I know we're about to wrap up the podcast. I got to start over.
Okay.
All right. Josh, I got some breaking news for you. I know we're about to wrap up the podcast. We've been going for a little bit, but breaking news.
Breaking news.
Venom 2, which comes out this week in theaters, is going to feature a song from Eminem.
I got that
And that's all we get.
And that's all you get. So thank you guys so much for watching Hapticast episode 49. Next episode 50.
Ooh, that's right. That is what comes after 49.
So make sure you watch. You stay tuned. We're going to be talking about Victor's game. Victory for Victor's victory. What was it?
Yeah. Hashtag victory for Victor.
Hashtag victory for Victor. Episode 50. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Christian, thank you for being in the chat, chatting it up with us. And thank you for anyone that is watching after the show is over. Josh, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you eggheads later. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for watching Hapticast. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you do not miss an upload.
send me that script